And Merry Christmas. Hope you're getting ready for the 25th and having a great time with friends and family. In the meantime, I'm going to keep you occupied, entertained with some great stats, great stories, and great news about Wrexham AFC and Colchester United, because this is the pre-game. Wrexham AFC, Colchester United coming off on Saturday at the Racecourse Ground. Promises to be another big match. What we're going to talk about on this one is obviously we're going to touch the women's news first. You're going to love that. Then we'll talk about the goalie department and injuries. Yes, keep you up to date with what's coming down. We'll talk about the danger men from Colchester in the stats. We're going to talk about the league, the schedule, and more team stats. Now, them team stats, it tells a really interesting story about Wrexham and Colchester. You're going to have to wait for that. That's probably about 5 or 6 minutes in, somewhere in there. But I tell you what, very interesting facts about Colchester United. You won't believe it, but it's a fact. And it comes right out with the assists, the goal scorers, and team stats. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll also give you the prediction, and then we'll talk about the World Cup winners. Remember the 3D printed World Cup trophies that I was giving away for Christmas? They've all been won just before we go anywhere. Mike, Tony, Peter, Gary, and Sarah64, you all won a 3D printed World Cup. Merry Christmas. My presents to you are already through, so let's get ready to enjoy the match. Let's get ready to enjoy this show. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's move to the women first, like a gentleman would do. Merry Christmas, ladies. And again, Merry Christmas. Now we're going to look at Wrexham AFC women, and we're going to show you some of the scenes from cup games and league games as we traverse through this. But first thing I want to talk about is the Welsh Cup, the Women's Welsh Cup. The quarterfinals, if you didn't know, worldwide Wrexham fans, Wrexham beat Britain Ferry 2-0. The New Saints beat Aberystwyth 4-2 after a 2-2 tie, 4-2 on penalty kicks. And Pontypridd lost 3-0 to Cardiff City, and Cascade lost 6-1 to Swansea City. Therefore, the semi-finals are coming down, and that's March the 3rd, 2024, at neutral grounds, where Cardiff City are going to play Swansea City, which is good for us, and Wrexham play the New Saints. So it's like the two big teams, Swansea and Cardiff, and the two teams that are like 3rd and 4th, New Saints and Wrexham, are duking it out in each semi-final. It's kind of like, it's a positive for the Wrexham, definitely a positive, because it gives us a chance to get into that final. But you got to think Cardiff City is going to be in that final too. Now, talking about the league for the women, the next game up is Britain Ferry, and that's this Sunday, the 17th of December, 2 o'clock kickoff at the Rock. And I got a feeling the ladies might be in for something good and sitting second in the league. Pretty decent so far, 5 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. And on the picture right now, there you can see Libby McKenzie, and in this game she scores a goal, but also Libby recently got to 50 games for Wrexham women. Fantastic, eh? Moving on. So there you go. Great news. And hey, Libby McKenzie, 50 games for Wrexham. Keep going, Libby. Doing good. I actually like watching the team play. And let's face it, going strong in both competitions. Let's hope they can win the league, or if not, get the cup. But I got a feeling Cardiff City is going to be winning that league. And I think Cardiff City is going to possibly do the double. Let's see if I'm right or wrong, but they're looking good for the league so far. And they're only 2 games away from winning the cup. But more importantly, Wrexham's got the New Saints. New Saints have got Wrexham. Both teams could get to the final. So it's easy to say we're going to get there, but the New Saints are capable of winning that game, so is Wrexham. So let's wish them the best. Now, let's take a look at some news on the temporary stand. Welcome in, Worldwide Wrexham. Let's take a look at that new stand that's being built, only temporary, and December 23rd against Newport County. That's when they're thinking that it's going to be opened. Take a look. I'll be back in a little while. And again, I say Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, guys. And let's take a look at the temporary stand at the Racecourse Ground right now. Thought I'd give you a nice angle. Isn't that a lovely angle to see what's going on? That's looking towards Crispin Lane. But a beautiful angle. Lets you see what exactly is going on. That addition will put another 2,289 seats in the Racecourse Ground, which ups the attendance, the capacity, to 12,000 plus. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and how that gets filled. But moving along, you can sort of think and hope that that Shrewsbury Town FA Cup game on the road, away from home, well, if we win that, it might be interesting, with a bit of luck, Lady Luck, to see who Wrexham AFC draw, and hopefully at home in round 4. But also the other thing you want to know as well is that if you are in the wheelchair situation, then Crispin Lane is your access into that part of the ground. Giving another look at that stand as well. That's from behind the goal, the opposite end, as you know, and you can see the hydroponic lights going at it on the grass. Doesn't that look gorgeous, eh? Beautiful orange, pinky red. Making sure that the goal mouth is good for the likes of Mark Lainton. Yeah, more on that later. But looks pretty good, and I say this much. Temporary stand, 2,289, and room for 20 wheelchairs. And don't forget, that's at the Crispin Lane end. So there you go, turning really quickly now from the temporary stand into goalkeeping news on the injuries. Take a listen. I'll be back shortly. And again, I say Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic time with friends and family and make it one to remember. Talking about the injuries, Arthur Okonkwo, he's back with the Arsenal at the moment. He could be coming back to Wrexham at any minute. And all we're waiting for, or as far as Phil Parkinson is concerned, is all he's waiting for is Arsenal to say, yep, you can have him back. He's ready to play. Let's get it on. So it's pretty much a fastball to see him playing in the next game against Colchester. But maybe the game after that. Let's see what happens. Now, as for Rob Layton, another part of the goalkeeping department, injured. Well, that was a pre-season injury that did Rob no favours. It's niggled him all along. And in the week, he had knee surgery. It's likely that that's it for Rob for the season, that it's probably not going to be possible for him to make it back before the end of the season. So see Rob possibly next season. But that's not a problem because Mark Howard and Luke McNicholas are ready to take duty. And let's not forget, Arthur Okonkwo is on his way back very soon. So hopefully Arthur gets the nod, comes back and plays straight away. You never know, right? And obviously Rob Layton season, you heard it. Sad news, but hey, we got backups. And let's face it, we got a decent defence. So it should be okay. What I want to move to now is Colchester United and the Dangermen and the stats from Colchester United. They're not good. So take a watch at this one. Back shortly. And again, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Frohe Weihnachten, Bon Natal, Feliz Natal, Christian Fest. Merry Christmas. Let's look at the schedule and the table. Obviously, December schedule, remember, postponed game to kick it off. Mother Nature didn't play fair now, did she? Next game up, Colchester United. A game I feel we've got a chance at getting points. I really feel that this is a weekend where we get another win. Look at the table. Accrington Stanley rounding out your top 10. Wrexham sitting in second. And I say we're looking damn good. Looking damn good. And I tell you, I really do say that League One is getting closer. Let's not jinx anything, but it's getting closer. Or do you disagree with that? Do you think we're going to win the league, or are we an automatic promoted team, first, second, and third? Or is it going to be the playoffs? What are you thinking? Really? What are you thinking? Taking a look at the hot shots. There you see Jake Young, 16. Macaulay Langstaff, he's on 14. He's always in there somewhere. And Elliot Lee on 11, fighting hard for Wrexham. Taking a look at Colchester in 22nd, only 6 wins on the season. It's not the greatest season. And I tell you, things need to change for Colchester's fortunes to get better. But I'm still seeing a win for Wrexham this weekend. Take a look at your assist kings while we're here. Jody Jones, he's been there for a while at the top of things, leading things as the assist kings. Daniel Kemp too. And obviously, he's going to be there towards the end of the season. Let's have a look at the teams and goals on target. Shots on target from each team. Wrexham in first slot. Mansfield second. Colchester third. Colchester third. You hear what I'm saying? Absolute crazy. They can hit a shot and it's on target. And they've hit 106 and we've hit 124. And they're in 22nd and we're in second. It's all about a great defense. Go with that. Okay, quick turnaround again. That's Colchester team stats and the Dangermen and the assist kings and the people and the things you need to know. I hope you enjoyed them stats. Get ready for some more stats because right now we're going to take a look at the schedule, the table, and interesting team stats. Remember I said we've got some team stats coming? You're going to love these team stats. It really tells a story. Back in a second. So looking at Dangerman and Stats Colchester United, top corner, top left corner, Josie Taylor leading the charge, 9 goals on the season. He's having a great season. But the rest of the guys, it's goals from various parts of the team. A couple of guys on 4, as you can see, but not really whacking the goals in, just 1.38 goals a match. That's not great. Looking on the assists, Arthur Reed is leading the charge, but again, not big numbers on the assists either. Hence, that's why they're sitting 22nd in the league. Let's take a look at some of the goals conceded. It's 2 per game. Look at the first half. Look at the second half. That tells you a story. And then shots per match, 10.52, of which only 6. So say 10 out of 6 are on target. But there's some of the stats. Looking at team stats, this tells a story too. There's the home form. There's the away form. There's overall. Not looking that great, is it? A lot of losses recently, whether that's home or away. Now, on the categories below that, I want you to take your eyes onto the losses category. Away, 70% loss category, away from home. They concede more than they score. Yeah, conceded match way down further down. Goals per game, 3-7, 3 per game, but they're not the guys winning the game. Clean sheets is pretty miserable too. And over to the right, 2 goals conceded per game, as I said. And as you can see, the rest of the stats too. But there's some stats. There's the Dangerman. That's what we're talking about. Dangerman and stats with Colchester United. I'm not being rude, Colchester fans, but that's really not going to scare Wrexham this weekend. That's for sure. So those team stats, hey? Wow, Colchester in 3rd. Wrexham in 1st. Just a handful of shots between us. Wow, 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 eh? I hope they don't come alive at the racecourse ground this weekend, them being Colchester United. But time to get the prediction under my belt. I've been pretty good so far this season. Take a look at what I'm thinking for this game against Colchester United at the racecourse ground. Have a look. So, yeah, I'm looking for a 3-0 on the day. I think it's makeable. I really do. On average, they give up 2 goals per game. They score 1 and a bit per game. So that says it's a 2-1 straight off the bat. I know we've got a goalkeeper issue, but we don't really, right? And I think the play that we play and the team that we are and the form that we're striding within, and slowly but surely we're going to cement a place in the top 3. I really think that you got to think now Stockport County, Wrexham and Barrow in the top 3. I really feel that they're going to start cementing places in the top 3. Interesting enough, though, we play Barrow in a few games' time, so that's going to be a dent for somebody, hopefully not us. And remember, the World Cup trophies now, Christmas presents to those people that won them. And one more time, Mike, Tony, Peter, Gary, and Sarah64. Guys, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy having those on your desk. And remember, you can put a pen in there, you can put a lighter in there, or whatever. But it is a 3D printed World Cup, a FIFA World Cup. So enjoy that, and I know you will. Enjoy the match, and enjoy Christmas. And I got to say, if you can, please like, please subscribe, share this around, and get more Wrexham fans into this, because that's what it's all about. I hope you enjoyed what we brought this week. Next week's going to be different again, but I'm looking for 3-0. And I think now's the time we need to capitalise and cement a top 3 place. You've heard from the women. You've heard all the stats. And you've heard what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Is it a big win this weekend? Is it a tight game? Or indeed, are there a few of you out there that think we're going to lose? All I say is this. You know my prediction. You heard what I said. I'm looking for a great game in the wind down before Christmas. I hope you are too. Get ready for the match, guys. And remember, like, subscribe, hit the button down below, and all notifications, if you please. And let's send some good messages, some good algorithms to YouTube so we can build this even bigger. Can't wait for the game. I hope you can't too. I'm getting ready for Christmas, but every game is like Christmas for me when Wrexham play. Is it for you? Cheers. That's a hit.